Hey guys, welcome back to some more AFK Arena. Today we're over on our YouTube account and we are continuing our progression within the Cursed Realm. That is right, guys. We have 4 more days within the Hellscape to go ahead and really do as much damage as we can to Dark Arden. So we're going to be talking about a couple different comps. As you can see, we're in Legends Division 8 right now, which usually that will not hold up for 4 days, but that would give me some time emblems, which I absolutely love. And that would give me a 9 ranking, which we have to get a little bit better. I did one formation yesterday, or one attempt yesterday, and I want to show you the formations that we really came up with. We've used these formations a bit in the past, but you'll notice some of the newer heroes that are in here now. So the first formation relies on crowd control, a lot of crowd control with Mishka in this one. Silas keeping the enemies alive. Main damage dealer in here is, of course, Oden. Does an crazy amount of damage, but Kren does as well, guys. Kren will absolutely lock down an entire team. So the combination of Oden replacing or moving the enemies, putting them in a stack, especially with Kren, again, Kren can rain fire on an entire team. Looking here at our second formation, you'll notice you see Baba Yaga. That is right, guys. Baba Yaga has proven to not only have multiple forms of crowd control, but she is also a hero that is doing an insane amount of damage, depending on the team comp she's in. Most of the comps, especially with this one, she is doing similar damage that we see from Ainz. We do have Raku in here, going to do quite a bit of damage. Raku does also provide some crowd control. So as long as I can keep this team alive, that's really the big part of this one, is keeping them alive. And Albedo, of course, allows for a huge buff within those teams. Now this one, a little bit of a different change up here. We're still building out a star, but when you look at Orthos is keeping everyone crowd controlled because he does have the crowd control aspect because we have him built out. We have Moriel here, which is going to keep everyone together. Isolde tanking and doing what, of course, Isolde does. And then, of course, we have Hodgkin in there. Hodgkin, guys, is not only a tank, but he is a very serious buffer when it comes to these teams, guys. So he's actually going to be buffing up Isolde to allow Isolde to do a considerable amount of damage. And then we have a star in here. You can see the little tiny peanut, which is funny how big Isolde looks in comparison to her. But even though she is support and she is Wilders, she does, again, a insane amount of damage for being a support class, which I absolutely love. Looking at this team, this one we're actually going to change up a little bit because this one is consistent of, it runs Scrag, it runs Awakened Talene, which I do not have. It runs Queen, of course, for the crowd control aspect. And then they were running Frampton. I actually borrowed a Frampton so I could run Frampton in here. But not having that Awakened Talene in here, I think is going to be pretty detrimental to the damage we're doing. What I'm hoping is the ability for Saurus to keep us alive. I know I kind of went back and forth into what heroes we were going to utilize in here. So if the team is dying out too quick or not creating that much damage, I'm actually going to probably drop in like a Rowan in there to try to keep this team alive. Because again, not having that Awakened Talene is very detrimental with the progression of this team. Now, number 5, this is where the regular Talene comes in. Again, this is a reason why we're building out Helios. As you build him out, he gets so much stronger. Signature item stronger, furniture stronger. His engraving absolutely crazy strong. So this one actually relies on Talene. So looking again at this formation, Talene is the main damage dealer within this team comp. We are going to get the really strong buff from Rain having that 3 of 9 furniture. We have Aziz in here for not only the attack mitigation, but we also have him in here for the feeble mind, and we also have him in here as a energy battery. And we know on the other side, on Tandra, guys, when she starts marking up targets, it gets kind of crazy because she has the ability to almost pull like Isolde type style fighting to allow her to really maximize the damage within there. And then the final team, guys, of course, is Scarlet. So we have Scarlet and Grez. Grez is going to provide the distraction with his minions. We have Baden in the bottom, which is going to provide the distractions with his minions. With Scarlet's kind of RNG, I know we're still looking for the 9 of 9 furniture for Scarlet, but the twins just making this an entire super cycle, while the Dark Arden is going to be run over by minions. Scarlet is just going to be raining fire on everyone. Now, the problem that we know of Scarlet is super RNG, guys. So we did build her up already to a plus, we built her up to a plus 30, I believe a plus 38. So definitely getting there. We have her gear. We need a couple more pieces of furniture, and she will be all ready to go within this team comp. So let's go ahead. We're going to see exactly how this is going to work, or I can kind of slow it down just a little bit. But there we go. So we got Odin buffed up. So you can see the team is in here, guys. They are all kind of locked down at this point. And you can see as soon as someone comes out, guys, Odin will actually put them right back in. They are locked in this very back corner due to Mishka and due to Kren. And that's it, guys. They can just absolutely unload damage within this team. They're stacked up almost just perfectly, and Mishka just keeps pouncing on them. She also does have the wolves back there, so they are just completely locked down. It's a very cool team to see. I wish it would work in a couple different formations. That's one of the reasons, guys, why Mishka is super important and why we've seen her in some meta comps. She has crazy crowd control. The crowd control with her does work exceptionally well. We did lose Odin there, but the crowd control that Mishka does, the crowd control that Kren does, exceptionally well. Over 3 billion damage on that one. Now this one, again, I was a little kind of hesitant on because of the RNG of Albedo actually running around, and I'm worried about some of the back line, like Baba Yaga, just being kind of destroyed pretty quick. But it looks like they're pulling pretty good damage out of there. Boom, there's the ultimate ability. The hut is providing some crowd control there. Of course, Raku is providing some crowd control, but it looks like Sophia just absolutely tore her down, or killed Raku. I love the crowd control, guys. Baba Yaga does really well, guys. I cannot wait to see everybody else with Baba Yaga. She is pretty cool, guys. 1.5 in that one. So pretty good over there overall with that one. See, Isolde died on this one. I was having problems with this. Again, I think a lot of it's kind of RNG with the team that we have here. But last time I had Isolde in here, Isolde actually died out pretty quick. So that one we're definitely going to have to look at. This one, Frampton, they're stacking up enemies, so we have to be able to CC in here, and it seems like that's kind of what we're lacking. See, this team, again, is going to be one that's going to be pretty difficult to get through. And here, Helios, again, not having him built out, I feel like is a pretty big miss. But it seems like this team overall is working pretty well. We have the formation, we have the enemies kind of stacked up quite a bit, and that also relies on Aziz mitigating the damage they're doing. So as we continue to stack in here, making sure that we're keeping our heroes up, and Helios just definitely needs to be stronger, guys. And we know a lot of this is RNG. We have a lot of players that do this or run this multiple times. I'm trying to kind of mitigate the RNG factor. And of course it is mitigated by the amount of times that you try this. If you try it, 5 times, or if you try it for your 10 times, and then you try it for 50 times, you're going to mitigate a lot of the RNG factors that we get, especially when it comes to Scarlet and a couple other team comps. The mitigating factors in here, if you run this more, the chances of you getting a higher score is, of course, much higher. And Scarlet just absolutely rains damage on there, guys. It's kind of crazy with how fast and how strong she is. And even looking at the bolts, remember, with her 9 of 9 furniture, you're going to pick up an extra 8 bolts every ultimate ability, which would just, which would just put her damage through the roof, guys. Wow. That is kind of crazy. So 75. So I think that is a new record. So it takes us to 5. So even though those two teams were kind of subpar, it seems like that made a really big difference in there, guys, which is cool to see. Because that actually takes us to 6, which again, with 4 days left, we might have to do a little bit more research, might have to figure out something with a couple of these teams. We need to keep Isolde up in here. He cannot just die right off the bat. He is the main damage dealer in that team. And then this one again with Saurus, I think I'd probably swap possibly somebody in here, like some crowd control here. With Leonardo, I'll probably try a couple different things in here just to see what we can do to kind of lock down the enemies with the crowd control. Because I'm thinking, and even the damage increase that he's going to bring, as long as we can get this team to a lockdown point, and then Queen can help with the lockdown, I feel like it's going to work when the team's over there. We just have to get in charge of Oden. Guys, if you guys are not in front of Oden, he is going to just destroy your teams with the energy. Nobody's going to be able to ult because he can actually get his energy up so quick. He can ult really fast. So I'm going to play around with these teams. Let's go ahead and we'll do, let's say 2 more, and I'll just try with the auto battler. With those 2 teams, I am going to have to adjust to see what we can do to get a little bit higher, guys. Again, I want to get a higher rank in here. I want to pick up those time emblems out of here. It is super important for progression. 7.9, so that's a new record. So that takes us to 4, which again is just a little bit of RNG. Let's look at the team totals. So we got 1 million. See, Izel died. 3 million. He had to die out really, really fast in there. And then Frampton, look, Lucretia not doing much. She might have died out pretty quick. And even 67 million there. Taylene doing damage like she should. I know, again, Helios needs to be a little bit stronger. And then 1.82 billion there. So we can definitely do this, guys. All right, so that'll do it for today's video. Dark Arden, we're continuing to be stronger in here, continuing to get a better ranking, which is good. We don't know if the ranking is going to hold for 4 days. But, guys, let me know in the comments what you guys think. And as always, thank you guys for watching. And I was just thinking, if you guys know a different formation for 3 and 4, let me know. I'm going to work around a couple different things, check out a couple different comps, just because we don't have the perfect set of heroes built. So again, guys, thank you guys for watching. And as always, thank you for watching. It's early.